You've probably heard this 1,000 times before. Just ask, believe, receive, raise your vibration, align with the universe. But if you've tried all that, like affirmations, vision boards, scripting, and you're still stuck in the same job, in the same income, the same body, or the same level of frustration, let me ask you something. What if the universe isn't slow? You're just wired to repeat your past. See, most people think manifestation is about thinking the right thoughts until the universe magically delivers what you want. But that's not creation. That's wishful thinking. In this video, I'm going to break down the real reason why manifestation doesn't work for most people and why creation is the only thing that actually gets results. And we are not talking about hustling harder or earning it. We are talking about how to actually shift your internal structure so that success, money, health, love, whatever it is that you want becomes inevitable. Let's get into it. Let's start with the truth most people won't tell you. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. And most people are trying to manifest from an identity that is wired to keep them exactly where they currently are. Let me explain. Say you want more money. So you might visualize it, you might write it on sticky notes, you might even repeat in the mirror, I love money, money loves me. But if deep down you still feel like someone who struggles with money, you'll keep making decisions that will reinforce that identity. You will undercharge, overspend, procrastinate, even sabotage the one opportunity that could have changed everything. Not because you're weak, but because you're in a structure that's designed to maintain your current identity. So while you are asking the universe for more, your unconscious mind is working overtime to keep everything the same. Here's the part no one talks about. Most people are trying to manifest from the identity of the person who doesn't have the thing. But your unconscious isn't listening to your words. It's listening to who you believe you are. That's why affirmations don't stick. Because if you say, I'm confident, but your unconscious structure says, I'm not enough, guess who wins? Spoiler, it's not the post-it note. And that's why we say you don't attract what you want, you attract what your system is structured to maintain. This is where people get stuck. They chase the feeling of having their desire, but their unconscious identity keeps anchoring them in the past. And that's because most people are still using manifestation as a coping mechanism. They are trying to fix something instead of creating. And that leads us to the biggest shift of all. Here's where the rubber meets the road. Manifestation, the way it's commonly taught, is passive. It's rooted in hope. I hope this happens. I hope this aligns. I hope the universe brings it to me. On the other hand, creation is active. It's decisive because it starts with a true choice. When you create, you don't hope, you choose. You declare the end result you'd love to experience, not because you're fixing a problem, but because it's what you want. And that's what flips the entire structure. Instead of moving away from pain, you're pulled forward by desire. Not wishful desire, magnetic desire. And that desire doesn't push, it pulls you. This is what's known as structural tension. So let's break this down. Structural tension is the energetic tension between 2 points, your current reality and your chosen end results. When those two things are clear, your unconscious mind starts organizing your thoughts, behavior, and actions to close the gap. Let's say your end result is, I choose to earn $10,000 a month doing work I love. And your current reality is, I earn $2,000 a month and stuck in a job I hate. Boom, tension. Now your unconscious mind has a reason to shift. It has a clear direction. This is how nature works too. A seed doesn't hope to become a tree. It already contains the blueprint for a tree. And once it's placed in the right structure, the right soil, sunlight, water, it starts growing automatically. Your desires work the same way. They just need the right environment, which could also mean internal environments. This is where most people go wrong. They think positive thinking is enough. But if your inner structure hasn't shifted yet, all you're doing is you're trying to stack optimism on top of fear. It's like painting a house while it's on fire. The emotion of the end result is the fuel, but the structure is the container. And without a container, the fuel just burns out. You can visualize, meditate, and journal all you want, but if your internal system isn't aligned with the identity of the person who already has what you want, you'll keep spinning your wheels. And here's the wild part. Even the present moment that you're currently experiencing right now is a result of your internal identity. Let me explain. The word present can actually be broken down into 2 parts, pre-sent, meaning the version of the present moment you're experiencing right now was present by your internal structure. And you're either living a present moment that was present by your past self-concept, or you're living a present moment that was present by your future self. Now, let that sink in for a sec. Your thoughts, emotions, and identity are literally scripting the future that becomes your now. So if you keep looping the same story, I'm not ready, I'm not good enough, I need to work on myself first, you're broadcasting those instructions forward. But if you choose a true end result and you start embodying the identity of the version of you who already has it, you're literally pre-sending a new reality into your present. This is what Dr. Joe Dispenza calls memories of the future. You experience the future in your nervous system before it arrives. And by doing that, your system starts reorganizing to make that vision real. That's how you begin living from the future instead of recreating the past. Let's get practical. Once you've chosen a true end result, your next step is to embody the identity of the version of you who already has it. Not pretending, not faking it, but truly asking, if I already had my dream body, my 10K per month business, and the relationship I want, how would I think, act, and move today? What would feel natural for that version of me? See, that's how you rewire the system. Because now you're not trying to manifest it, you're being it. And when you become it, reality has no choice but to reflect it. Now, let me be real with you. Because even when you do all this right, when you make a true choice, create structural tension, and start acting as your future self, resistance will still show up. Why? Because your old identity doesn't go quietly. So you will feel doubt, fear, second guessing. Your unconscious will throw thoughts like, this feels fake, I'm not ready, who do you think you are? That's not actually failure. That's the signal that you're breaking out of the old structure. But here's the key. You don't want to fight the resistance, you want to recode it. This is what we do with the superconscious recode. It's the process that allows you to shift the root structure of your identity without having to journal about your trauma for 9 years or rehash every limiting belief you ever had. Instead, we work with your superconscious field, the part of your mind that already knows who you truly are and what you're capable of, and let it rewrite the old program. And when that resistance dissolves, what felt hard becomes easy. What felt impossible becomes normal. What felt like a dream becomes your default. Here's the final truth I want to leave you with. You don't attract success, you align with it. You're not summoning something magical out of nowhere. You're aligning your structure, your identity, emotions, and actions with the version of you who already has it. And when that alignment is complete, reality bends to match it. So if you've been trying to manifest but nothing's changing, it's not your fault. You were only given half the story. You don't need more affirmations, you need a new structure. One that matches the version of you who already has it. And that's exactly what I help you build inside my free Skool group. So click the link in the description or in my bio, and I'll show you how to stop manifesting from lack and start creating with precision. I'll see you inside.